Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Dark Souls 3. Now, I am sure that everyone on the internet right now has been playing Dark Souls 3. I have been avoiding spoilers for the last 6 months, maybe? Like the plague. Trying forever to rekindle that feeling of playing Dark Souls 1 completely blind. Maybe I have succeeded, maybe I have not, but I am looking forward to capturing my playthrough of Dark Souls 3 for all of you. So I don't want to ramble for too long, but we're going to go ahead and just jump into a new game. And that seems like a totally agreeable degree of brightness, maybe like 1 down? Let's give that a shot for now. Okay, with all the other things.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Alright then. So not quite the same cold open as Dark Souls 2. I actually kind of liked that about Dark Souls 2, that the game just kind of launched you directly into the gameplay, and you didn't actually build your character until sort of making it a little ways into the tutorial. Now, as far as character classes, I'm not going to spend too much time on character creation and customization, by the way, but I am going to look at this choice in a little bit of detail. So we've got traditional knight, got a mercenary, which is kind of our wanderer class, high dexterity, master of wielding of dual scimitars. Okay. Nice, he's got 2 there. Got a warrior, which is sort of the inverse of the mercenary. Lighter armor than the knight. Strength, actually 13. Vitality, though. The herald, former herald who journeyed to finish a quest undertaken, wields a sturdy spear and employs a gentle restorative miracle. Okay. Faith 13. We do have a luck stat again. Okay. Thief, common thief, and pitiful deserter wields a dagger intended for backstabs alongside a military issued bow. Alright. The assassin favors sorceries in addition to thrusting swords. Now, that sounds quite appealing. Dex 14, strength 10, attunement 14. There's probably a couple of spells there. A straight sorcerer. Cool robes, bro. A loner who left formal academia to pursue further research. Commands soul sorceries using high intelligence. Looks like he starts with 2 spells. Pyromancer, pretty straightforward. Neat. Medallion, kind of doing the whole clock on the chest thing. Is that where that's coming from? Cleric. Oh, wow. Really vibrant colors on the clothing there, too. And then, of course, the Deprived. Noticing, like, we don't have the mark. The dark sign on our chest does not appear to be there. Maybe it would show in our more hollowed state. So, I actually really like the idea of the assassin. I very much like the spell sword kind of character, like with a magic weapon buff, perhaps. I think would be rather cool. I don't recognize. I'm going to try to point with the sword here, but I don't recognize that spell. So I'm not sure entirely what he would start with, but favoring thrusting swords is quite nice. The S-stock was amazing. Maybe we can head in that general direction. Let's stick with the assassin. We got a burial gift. Life ring is probably plus 30 HP. Find blessing, hidden blessing, which fully restores FP. Black fire bombs, a fire gem. Upgrade material, okay. Sovereignless soul. Acquire many souls. Rusted gold coin. Item discovery, okay. Correct. Red eye orb, young white branch. You know what? Let's do. Always a good question. I wonder how much is many souls. Like, enough that we can kind of do whatever we need to do with our initial leveling. Everything else is pretty one use, except for maybe the fire gem or the life ring. But I don't think I'm looking to upgrade it into fire if I'm going to be using magic weapons. So let's stick with the Sovereignless Soul. Base presets, we'll grab one of these guys. Ooh, wow. Serpentine Traveler. Great swamp. Outcast. Londor's Shadow of Death. A lifeless face, almost that of a hollow. Londor is a realm of those hollow and old. Features of the old gods, as if from legend. They say children born like this are fated to be taken to the Boreal Valley. You know what? Let's go for something a little different. Alternatively, build. I think standard is fine. Appearance, I'm probably okay with. Sample. Yeah, but sure sounds fine. You know, we're gonna spend very little time staring at our own face, so yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. Let's see what our new finalized creation has to offer. It is okay to start the game. Thank you very much for asking. If it was not immediately obvious, I am playing on the PS4. There was some internal debate about which system to play on, mostly PC or PS4, considering I don't own an Xbox One. But ultimately, my Souls experience has largely been on Sony consoles, so I thought it made sense. For whom the bell tolls, huh? All right. Cemetery of Ash. All right. Block. Attack. Can attack while blocking. Strong attack. Nice. Oh, and we've got... Our starting spell is Spook. Ready? Assassin's Stuff. Nameless Soldier. Oh man, that's not... Nameless Soldier is not what I was expecting out of a soul item. Alright. So we've got Spook. Spook is... not entirely sure. Alright, let me refamiliarize myself. Mass noises of caster and prevents fall damage. Okay, so it's combining two... Well, no, it's an old spell that I'm totally... It's fall control. Except, no, it is two spells. Fall control was the reduce falling damage, and then there was also a spell that I never used, because if I wanted that, I just would equip a slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. So I don't actually remember what it was called off the top of my head. Ashen Estus Flask? Excuse me? Alright. So immediately obvious, of course, and if it wasn't clear before, like, when I said blind, I mean blind. Like, didn't watch trailers kind of blind. Just because that's sort of where I wanted to be with this. I would say I have a pretty in-depth familiarity with Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Demon's Souls, Bloodborne. I played through all of those games to completion, many times over, in fact. And yeah, okay. But as far as Dark Souls 3 is concerned, there are probably going to be some systems that are not immediately obvious to me. So I am noticing we do now have 3 bars of health, of blue stuff, and of stamina. I am assuming that we have brought back a mana system, somewhat similar to Demon's Souls, or that I will at least find out more about said mana system as the game goes on. One of the two. I suppose I should probably be reading these things. Yeah, okay. I mean, two-hand weapon, that kind of stuff, I totally get. Use item, been there, done that. So is this... Okay, so Ashen, let's just confirm, indeed does top us off for our mana bar. Oh, hi, friend. That was real smart of me, right? Okay. Just a little bit distracted. It's fine. It won't totally prove fatal at any point. All right. It has been a little while since I've played any Souls-esque games. Turn back. Oh, lovely. Bloodborne obviously played quite a bit differently, and was the last third-person from software. Whoa, third-person from software game that I partook in. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. Yep. You've come to investigate, huh? All right, we did a little bit of damage to this guy. Okay. That's not so bad. Okay. Okay. And it's not anything incredibly terrifying. And I think our piercing damage has always been... Oh, that was awesome. Kind of wish... Okay. Kind of wish the direction of the hitbox was not 360 degrees there, as I walked into the back of his direction of attack. Piercing damage, I think, has kind of long been a superior form of damage in a lot of the Souls games. Let's back off for a second, heal up, not get hit by that. Good. Things are going pretty well. A lot of stuff doesn't... a lot of heavy armor, I suppose, doesn't defend super well against piercing damage. I probably do want to start dodging this guy, as I'm noticing a lot of his damage is going through our shield, and we are now out of Estus. Alright, well, but always good to keep the shield up. You never know, some of those attacks are a little wide. There we go. Camera angles. Oh, come on. Thought I could finish that before he was able to hit me. I was wrong. I got a Titanite scale, though. Alright. Let's check that out really quickly. Titanite scale. Reinforced soul transposed weapon to +4. Titanite altered by a soul reinforces soul transposed weapons to +4. Weapons forged by soul transposition can only be reinforced by Titanite of the same kind. In rare cases, crystal lizards devour souls, growing to monstrous proportions and leaving these great scales. Okay, so that was a crystal lizard that had climbed down into the sewers and run into the ooze, and he and the Ninja Turtles grew up to be big and strong. Okay, I get it now. We are extremely low on health. That is somewhat problematic. Oh yeah. Can I still jump? Is jumping a thing I get to do? There we go. Can still jump. Well, I can't help but feel that while that fight may have been worth it in some sort of long-term perspective, maybe in the short term we are a little screwed considering our HP is where it is. And I have yet to see anything resembling a bonfire. Let's check up this path really quickly. One-shot all of these guys, though. Okay. Kick is still kick. I'm using a rapier and therefore do not kick. Parry, riposte, check, and check. At least the more things change, the more they've stayed the same. Alright. Change weapons, toggle items, sure. No secondary weapon. No, we might as well, it's the only spell we have. Might as well keep Spook turned on. It might mean some enemy doesn't aggro on us right away that otherwise might have. Other than that, probably nothing's going to come of it. Hey, speaking of bonfires. Okay. Oh, but doesn't that feel good? Oh yes. Yes, it does. Hey, we learned the emote rest. Alright. Now we can sit down if our day's travels wear on us a little bit too much. Go ahead and get our spook on. And then keep moving. Ow. Either he is a tad bit stronger, or my running attack didn't do quite as much damage as I was hoping. While dashing to jump. Sure, sure. Before we take that plunge, though, is this just the long way around? Okay. Yeah, no, they don't die to single hit. Seems like we've gotten a little bit stronger as we go this way. That's fair. So, I may actually remap this, as terrible as everyone seems to agree the system was. Oh my god. And then I dashed backwards. I actually got so used to the jump mechanics from Dark Souls 1 that, like, in Dark Souls 2 I couldn't do the remapping to the thumbstick. It just didn't, my brain didn't want to have anything to do with it, and it never quite stuck. So we are probably gonna want to change that to some double tap of the circle, but we'll get there in a minute or two. Instead, you get to watch me do this repeatedly, because the one thing that From Software has never seemed to learn is that platforming in a Souls game is not actually that much fun. Alright, running off directly this way. We are jumping. Thank you. Pillage. All that for a Titanite shard. Oh yes it was. Alright. Now, of course, to whet my appetite for Dark Souls 3, I had been playing Salt and Sanctuary. And you know, as a 2D platformer, a Souls game is actually quite fun. But as a 3D platformer, it's just, you gotta line up everything just so it's never the way you picture it going in your head. And, yeah. Not a huge fan. I'm hoping that we don't do a ton of that in Dark Souls 3. You know, it's cool here and there. The occasional item that's like, oh, you gotta get over here and make a little jump and waste some of your time. But when it starts to get deadly, that I start to resent it a little bit more and more. Alright, this is gonna be annoying, right? Because you're gonna want to play real defensive with your spear and your shield. I'm gonna have to lure you, and I don't have a kick because I got my fancy back off attack. Oh, that went super well. Yeah, it did. Okay, but I can do that. Yeah. Oh, come now. Let's not be silly about it. All right. I've taken a little bit of damage through our shield. Probably would make sense to Estus. Some fire bombs. They're not auto-equipping to our item bar. Well, oh well. I did think, you know, I feel like Dark Souls 2 got a lot of flack, but it did a lot of things right, mechanically speaking, if that makes any sense. Like there were some balance changes made to a number of systems. Yeah, that feels like a boss fight. That I do hope that maybe Dark Souls 3 will decide to learn from, and everything will be hunky-dory. I do not really need that right now. I'm thinking the only stuff I have that makes any sense. What is the... I'm super confused. Yeah. Huh. I don't understand the two wax seal symbols. I'm not sure what the other one is. Is there some switch to the secondary loadout kind of button that I do not realize that I have? It does not seem that that is the case right now. I will probably play with that later. For right now, I think what's important is that I have Estus Flask and I have fire bombs. And that we prepare for a boss wall to come up behind us. Maybe? Or this is a giant fake out. Also, that tree looks amazing. Wow. Very reminiscent of the coffin that would take you down to join the Grave Lords, from my perspective. With it being cracked and slightly ajar there. Okay. Of course, I'm turning my back to all this. This seems to be relatively safe down here. Maybe a welcome surprise. Got a door over here. No, we don't. Okay. Then we've got, obviously, the big thing in the center. But we've got nothing that we need to come check anywhere else. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Okay. Well then, let's see what is up here. Can I interact? Yeah. Remove sword. Ooh. Some fancy tendrils you got going on there, my friend. That's a creepy how they appear to be flowing for like eternity. You know, just sort of back in on themselves. Ugh. Okay, a sword through the heart. Could we maybe, like, kick the weapon away from him before we do this? You know, just looking out for numero uno here. Oh, yeah, that's some blood. Oh, I can lock onto him. Okay. You know, was hoping that you might have been a friendly NPC type, but no, couldn't be a friendly NPC type. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, do I want to circle towards your weapon arm? Oh, or away from it? Or does it even matter? Wow. Alright then. That went well. That was a good welcome. I dig it. We'll learn about prism stones, warm pebbles, emitting a beautiful phasing aura. Very rare 8th. Good, good. I can't help but notice no trophy unlocked for dying the first time in Dark Souls 3. No, no, okay. I actually thought that was pretty hilarious in Dark Souls 2. That there was a this is Dark Souls trophy for your first death. I thought that was pretty cool. Especially because you would later review it and line up the timestamps between how long it took you to start the game and how long it took you to die for the very first time in the game. And that would stick with you forever. Okay. Let's see if we can't do this again. I'm expecting the boss fight to already be on. Indeed it is. Alright. Now. Okay. Just a single attack. I do sort of pitiful damage. Man. I think my dodge rolling might be a little off from my time with Bloodborne. I expect it to be much faster than it actually is. Yeah, like right there. Oh, man. Totally expected to dash through that somehow. It was not to be. But come on now, this is just like the tutorial boss. Oh, wow. Oh, seriously? Tutorial boss? Hello? Wow. Oh my. Yeah, I'd say that went about as well as you could expect. The tutorial boss grew a giant monster arm. What ate me? Oh, I promise I'm almost good at these games. Or at least I have been in the past. I'll blame rust or not previously needing to narrate while fighting bosses in Souls games as potential reasons. But who am I kidding? Oh, man. Alright, well that certainly went better. I gotta get used to... I can't roll out of an attack as quickly as I'm expecting to, so I'm committing and then expecting to just, like, dodge out of it. And that's not happening. It's not the infamous input delay or anything like that, but it's just... also, my souls are green. That's real sickly. It's just, man, I swear I'm hitting the roll button. It's just, I'm so used to the timing needing to be right before the attack that I'm hitting it late. Yeah, I just need to be rolling sooner. That's all it is. I just need to be looking at it and saying, the attack is moving, might as well go ahead and roll. Yeah. See, that felt like it was way too early to me. But I took no damage, so I will let the game be the arbiter of what is too early. Also, this can F right off. Not even interested in whatever that thing is. Oh my god, look at that. That's crazy. Okay. So I would say clearly the, oh wow, went right through him. The sort of infection, I guess, of the abyss seems to be in full effect here. I really just need one more good combo. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Iudix, I didn't even catch your name, Iudix. Iudix Gunder. I got a coiled sword, and my ember restored. Embrace the flame, indeed. Ooh, look at me, I'm all on fire. Fancy. On fire lit. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Door that was closed earlier? Is this now openable? Indeed it is. Nice. There's a very Undead Asylum double door feel to it. Broken straight sword. Open menu. Still with the tutorial messages. I'm not playing online, by the way. I could not connect to the servers. Guessing they're not fully operational. Like, I by no means received this game early or with any special considerations. So I'm basically playing it just as soon as it unlocked in the digital PlayStation Store. And it had pre-downloaded, and as soon as the little counter hit 0, I was able to launch it, but it was not able to connect to a server. So we're not going to be seeing any messages from other online players, at least for the time being. Homeward Bone, though. Usually a sign that we need to turn back. I love those subtle, like, hints, pressures. I don't even know the word for it exactly. Hints seems just a little too on the nose, but the way in which, like, a good game developer seems to sort of guide the player with a very light touch. Oh. Yeah, that was a very light touch. And by that, he lit me on fire. You know, by giving them messages like, hey, here is an item that returns you home. It is at the end of a path. Now is your time to turn around. Also, backstabbing, I have not yet done. No, there was a pretty significant difference between backstabs in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. That also looks a bit foreboding. So I may need to recalibrate myself. Obviously then in... And then in Bloodborne we had... And I noticed that... oh, let's deal with this. Hello, puppy. Oh, boy. Goodbye, puppy. So, heavy attack. But then charged heavy attack? Certainly slower. And an ember. No unkindled can ever truly claim the embers that burn within a champion's bosom, which is precisely what makes their yearning for warmth so keen. Gain the strength of flame and increased max HP until death. With the strength of fire, the summoning signs of unkindled become visible, and seekers of embers can be summoned to join in cooperation. But beware, the embers may also attract invaders. Okay, so clearly our humanity-esque item, instead of humanity and dark and all of that, we have a much more in-your-face fire and ember and flame metaphor happening. Fair enough. So yeah, I don't know with that that sort of charged heavy attack. Have backstabs changed dramatically? I maybe should have read more of those messages in the tutorial area. Ah! We're in Firelink Shrine? This doesn't look like Firelink Shrine at all. I'm expecting a little grassy outcropping with a view. This seems very kiln-like. Ooh, there's an item up there. Okay, lady down there. Duder over there. Guy over there? Huh. And several thrones. Okay, well, I tell you what. This seems like a dramatic place to end an episode. In the next one, we may do a little bit of wandering around in our newly found Firelink Shrine. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, especially with the start of a new series. I expect that I am a super tiny YouTuber and that no one will care that I am playing Dark Souls 3, but it doesn't really matter, as I would be playing it regardless, as the Soul series have become such an integral part of what it means for me to be a gamer. So I'm going to be sharing it with you guys, and I hope it sees some support from the subscribers on the channel. I know it's probably pretty dramatically different from some of the more turn-based strategy stuff that the channel may be accustomed to, but Bloodborne was the very first game that I played on the channel, and I'm hoping that this series, in its quality and presentation, is miles ahead of where I was a little over a year ago. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe. There will be more on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.